Project Big Screen, Episode 3. Jeff D-Low, Kirk Minahan, Kenjac, Klemmer, Gooch, coming at you with two movies that are very different. A horror sequel and a comedy movie, which I think the five of us and maybe three other people have seen. In good fortune,
Max.
Yeah. I didn't expect much, but I looked at the box office. I was taken a little aback. I was quite shocked.
It was Aziz Ansari, his three friends, his cousins, his mom, his uncle, and Keanu Reeves, and that was about it.
We'll talk about it. Kirk and I actually talked about it the other day. I know he went through some, I think he had some Me Too stuff. He had some projects taken away. I was quite shocked how few things he's done in the last 10 years, it feels like.
Well, he was directing a movie.
Movies for sure. Yeah, the Bill Murray one that got squashed. Yeah.
Let's talk about the horror movie off the top, though. We're also going to be because Keanu Reeves seems to be the one that makes the most sense. We'll be doing a Keanu Reeves ranking as well in this episode. Talking about some other movies we've seen. We have a huge review next week that we'll talk about our expectations for a certain music biopic coming out next week. A landmark moment in the first 5 episodes of this podcast. But first up, Black Phone 2. Which, before I get into the details on this, is anyone else bothered by the fact that the first one was called The Black Phone and this is Black Phone 2?
Yeah, you're not happy about that.
No, I'm very OCD, so that makes sense. But that's a little strange, right? That's why.
Don't question the mad horror genius that is Jason Blum, all right?
Yep. And directed by Scott Derrickson, who did Doctor Strange. Was going to do the second Doctor Strange. Didn't do it due to creative differences with Marvel. Did this movie, The Black Phone. It was successful, and now is doing a sequel, which is, I think it's kind of a strange. I don't know if it's a conflict of or a contradiction, but I just thought that was kind of interesting that he goes from that to doing a sequel. First one came out in 2021. This movie set 4 years after the events of the first film. Finney, now 17, is still grappling with the trauma of escaping the murderous grabber. His younger sister, which does sound like a villain from I Think You Should Leave skit, by the way. The grabber. Yeah. It just doesn't.
A serial molester.
Yeah.
He's going to grab you.
Sister Gwen begins having disturbing dreams, receives calls from a mysterious black phone that seem to connect to murders at the old Alpine Lake camp. The grabber, seemingly beyond death, seeks revenge. 114 minutes long, so just under 2 hours. Like I said, Scott Derrickson. He also did the movie The Gorge from this year, which was on Apple. Starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller. I didn't really care for that person. Did anyone like The Gorge?
Well, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't it was a streaming movie. You know what I mean? At least that's how I felt.
Sequel to 2021's The Black Phone, based on a short story, for the most part original idea, expanded on though. Mason Thames, who was in the live action How to Train Your Dragon this year, who looks, am I crazy? Does he look a little bit like he's related to Ethan Hawke? Do you see it a little bit? I looked a little bit like he looks in the descendant of Ethan Hawke in some way, shape, from the family tree. Madeline McGraw, who is kind of the main character in this movie, who is back from the first one. Ethan Hawke, David Bashears in this movie as well. Then a couple other people that are kind of smaller roles. Made $42 million in the first weekend. Pretty okay scores on Rotten Tomatoes. 74% from the critics, 85% from audiences. 6.7 IMDb. Metacritic 59. Letterboxd 3.3. Black Phone 2, Kirk. Score and quick thoughts before we get into what's a very different movie from the first one.
What's that, Klemmer? You said something?
I said I think it made 24 million.
I did make 40. I think that's right. Yeah,
40 worldwide.
Oh, worldwide. We do worldwide grosses.
We're world. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We have some listeners that maybe Canada, Australia. You got to be fair.
Well, Canada counts in the U.S.
Domestic counts.
Canada. That's fair.
Sure. Yeah, don't fuck with Klemmer on that.
We have at least one. Not to break too much character in third wall. We definitely have at least one Australian listener. So we will see.
Yeah, another grabber. I would say here's what I would say about Black Phone 2. I actually liked the first one. I went with Harry, my son, to this one. He liked the first one a lot. It just, I don't know. I mean, it just felt like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6 or something. It just didn't quite land for me. I didn't really know. Again, this happens to me all the time. I know. Sometimes I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Are we answering another phone? Are we having another dream? Can something happen in this movie? And I'm a nitpicker. You guys will learn this over little things in movies bother me. So maybe you guys can answer this question for me. I think I mentioned this to you, Jeff. So the film is set. The kids are at a high school in Colorado, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to the Duran concert, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Very choice.
It's the middle of the. It's very choice. Yeah, very gnarly. So it's the middle of the winter, and they decide to go to this camp, and it's 3 weeks, and it's in February. What fucking camp is this? Like where high school? Why do they have 3 weeks off in February to go to camp? Like where? I know I got to put it aside and watch the movie, but like, didn't you guys all think it was going to be like the summer?
They also, this is not a spoiler. We're not spoiling anything by saying this. They also, there's a very convenient law in the state of the camp that like you can't have. I'm sure this is like a real thing though. They make a very big point to be like, oh, the women and the men cannot be in the same bunks together. And not only that, I'm a counselor. I can't be in this bunk with you because I'm not like a certified.
Yeah, that works
counselor.
out.
Yeah. So you must be alone.
What's her name? What's the cowgirl? I know she's a cowgirl.
Mustang.
I know she's a cowgirl because she has a cowgirl hat on, and she says things. And she says things like cowgirls say. You know, that's not very Christian-y, y'all. And then she kind of goes away. I mean, it was just okay, and it just dragged and dragged. I didn't hate sort of the last 15 minutes, but it took a long time to get there. I don't mind the idea of it. Like I kind of like the idea of a sequel that kind of takes a left turn. And I like the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, so I'd be in for a good one, but didn't work. Did you say are we spoiling or not spoiling? We spoil, right?
No spoiler yet. No spoiler yet.
Okay, no spoiler yet. Okay. Yeah, there's something at the end too that just tries to pay off. I'm like, boy, this feels like a cop out to me. 58 maybe? 60, 58, 60, 58. 58. Just I think Ethan Hawke was there for like 4 minutes too. I mean, I don't even think he was. And my guy Jeremy Davies is back making that like he's just full weirdo, just nothing to do this time. Now he's just like now his character is like, yeah, now you don't drink. So like talk about how you don't drink for a while. So yeah, it just
my chip, kids.
Yeah, it just didn't land for me.
Kenjac score thoughts.
I'm gonna run a 55, and I'm with Kirk. Like, I don't mind when a sequel tries to go in a different direction because, like, we always talk about it, like Aliens to Alien, like just shifting the tone from being horror to action. Like that worked tremendously. I don't think I love how it worked here. It felt like Blumhouse came to Scott Derrickson and said, like, "Hey, like, time's up. We need a sequel. We need a franchise. We need to make money off this. Let's go." And in the absence of a better idea, Derrickson was like, "Okay, let's just do, like Kirk was saying, Nightmare on Elm Street with like a little drop of Friday the 13th with like the camp setting, except hey, it's not in summer this time, it's in everyone's classic 3-week vacation in February." So didn't like that. The technicals I think were solid. Like I like the way they presented the sort of dream world you get here where they like swap to the film grain and give you like that phone static. Like I enjoyed that world, but it's just long. It felt like that movie should be an hour and 30 minutes maximum, and it just felt like a story you've heard a million times before. So I'm with Kirk mostly. Like it's a lot of the technical stuff is well done. It's just like, what's the point of this if it's just a story we've seen 500 times? You know, give us something a little more unique. Give us more Ethan Hawke. Give us more of these other people. Also, the main actress in this, whose name you mentioned earlier, she had a tough go at this one, I think, versus the last one.
People love her, and she is getting major praise for this movie.
She's getting praise?
Major praise for this movie.
I thought the kid was. I thought both
really
kids
good.
were bad. You did, Klemmer?
Yeah, like the end scene, I thought was fantastic. When the camera kind of hung at her. I don't want to spoil anything, but that's a tough thing for an actress to do. I don't know. I thought she was quite good.
Scripts did them no favors, by the way. This isn't like a blaming them, like, oh, they did a disservice here. Like this script was dog shit, in my opinion. But we'll talk more about that later.
Wait, score for that one? Just
55 for me.
55. Okay, Klemmer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm conflicted here. So I understand everything Kirk and Kenjac are saying, and they're right about a lot of the stuff they're saying. This did feel exactly like Nightmare on Elm Street, but I thought it felt like a pretty good Nightmare on Elm Street. And like, I enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a 76. I enjoyed this movie, but I understand. I was really conflicted thinking about it. Like, am I going too high? Like, am I rewarding something that's not being original? Like, but I did watching the movie. I did enjoy it. I was entertained, but the similarity to Nightmare on Elm Street was just so obvious and so blatant. I mean, it's teenagers, dreams, 1980s. I mean, it was Nightmare on Elm Street. It was so frustrating. that element of it. So I'm probably being too generous, but I did enjoy it, and I did like the acting. I really liked the way it looked, and I liked the act, and I liked how it was shot.
Okay, 76. Hey, I will wait. I'll wait a second. Because some of the things you said, I do think it could be a sticking with people. I'll wait though. Gooch, you go.
Yeah, 76 is fucking insane. If this movie didn't look the way it looked, it would be a 10 out of 100. It is brutal. The script is brutal. I think Scott Derrickson does have something. There is a clear eye for the screen here. Like the dream sequences, that is an interesting element within a horror franchise and taking something that's been done a million times and making it unique. But the child actors, and I don't like going in on child actors, but they're really, like Kenjac said, I don't think given anything to work with. The Deadpool potty mouth on the young girl is just brutal, fucking brutal. The 80s references, Klemmer and Kirk, you guys can speak to those. I thought those were just uncomfortable, and then it just drags on, and Ethan Hawke clearly not on set at any point. A nice voice acting gig for him. Good for him. I'm landing at a 40 out of 100. I do think it really does look good. I think Scott Derrickson does a good job at creating atmosphere, but everything outside of that, like the story, the plot, the dialogue specifically, just did not do it for me at all.
40, that's definitely the lowest out of the group. I'm actually proud. I mean, I guess I'm second highest, but still 63 for me. There was like a decent amount I did like about this. I think there was an attempt at some things that I think they did land, and it looks really good. I'm very big on, and we won't spoil yet. We'll mark when we spoil. I'm big on creative ways to go about dream sequences, and I do think the way they do it in these two movies, especially this one, because this one is so dream heavy, it is unique and different. It's got that old school camera style to it, even the sound of it. But as a whole, it just fails in a bunch of ways for me that kind of, and I hate being nitpicky about like logic and things, but I just like some of the way they bring you to care about the characters and then set up the stakes. I just couldn't care. And some of the rules just don't work, at least for me. And like I hate ripping on a movie for like, because like, look, you gotta suspend disbelief to some extent, but some of the rules just drove me nuts. And for me, and we'll try to avoid spoiling as much as we can, but the idea that, and again, we've referenced Nightmare on Elm Street, so this shouldn't be a surprise, should be a spoiler too much. A lot of this happens in the dream. This guy died in the last movie. He was killed in the last movie. Grabber was killed. So he exists only in the dream world in the same way Freddy Krueger does. And Nightmare on Elm Street does a very good job with like, you know, what happens in this dream state happens in real life, and like how that all lines up, and like, you know, what happens to you there does happen in the real world. This movie, it adheres to those rules, and I don't know if I'm going to see if you guys agree with me on this, but some of them feel so scattershot where it's like, okay, it's happening to this person and kind of this person, but like these people here, it doesn't matter, so they're just kind of watching. And to me, that just kind of takes away any stake or meaning, because you're just like, oh well, like they're always going to be fine because like they're not impacted by this dream state. To me, it just kind of was weird. It all kind of like started to like fall apart a little bit to me. I don't know if anyone else had issues with the rules and logic.
Well, I agree with that. I'd also say like there's a character in this movie, a fairly main character, that is completely unnecessary, and that's the boyfriend of this girl. Like, why is he there? Like the brother
did play his sister in the last movie. I don't know if people knew that.
That's true, right? What's
the
that?
Actor did, which is kind of I did not realize that till earlier today. I was like, oh, it's the same person that played. Anyway, completely unnecessary.
Like I get that he has tie-in history, but like him being on that trip with them is totally, he brings nothing to the table. Like at one point they're like, yeah, we'll switch off and watch you sleep tonight. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's why he's to cover a shift. Like it just felt, but the rules are all over the place. It's true. Like some characters aren't affected at all. Some are there. Yeah, it's a mess. It does feel like slapped together. At this point, just reboot Nightmare on Elm Street. Just have him. If he wants to make one, make one. I'm all in for that.
Did he not acquire the rights to write make a script for it? Like that is kind of the weird, because the original, it is based on a short story, but it is so. I mean, I love the first movie. I gave it an 88. I thought it's a fantastic movie, and it is an original movie. It felt very unique. It felt very different, and this one feels so, again, just very plucked from other things. And I've heard some reviews and read some things where people are even referencing other properties that I didn't even think about. Where I'm like, oh yeah, that's some stuff from that movie or kind of something from that franchise. Well, so let me just put a quick bow on our thoughts. Clearly, we all didn't care for it too much. Klemmer seemed to enjoy more elements than I did. I was kind of right behind him. Kirk, Kenjac kind of in the middle there of not really loving it at all. Gooch really disliked it out of 40. Let's kind of talk about spoilers here because Kirk, you just mentioned this boyfriend. Kenjac, I don't know if this is part of the problem you had with this movie, but part of the problem with the boyfriend too is that like none of these side characters were ever in danger or even died. So,
At all. Nobody fucking dies.
Nobody dies.
No
and
stakes.
it's like a pretty gruesome movie. There are a lot of kid killing in this movie. That's happening a lot.
Yeah, kids getting their heads chopped off, but like nobody fucking dies. Like, where's the I'm sorry, you make a movie like this in the 80s. And I'm fine in a horror movie like stereotypical, like Christian couple, like the asshole wife, cuck husband, asshole wife are Jason is fucking killing them. Boom. It's gonna be a good kill. Head cut off. The Christian woman will actually call Jason. She'll like break character and call him an asshole or a fuckhead, and he'll kill her. There's none of that in this movie. Nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
That boyfriend has to die. That boyfriend has to die.
The Mustang useless in this movie. Just like there's so many characters. What's the point of these people? And like also, there's a lot of scenes where they're jumping in and out of the lake like it's nothing in the middle of Colorado in February. Did that bother anyone?
Yeah, the snow just went away.
Fair.
They drive in this penetrating snowstorm. Then the next thing I know, the kid is talking to the old guy. They're just hanging out by the lake in the middle of the night. Like, yeah, boy, it's and a lot of like just like weird drug shaming, and I'm an old man, like a weird drug shaming monologue out of nowhere. I'm like, she's narking out. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's kind of the stakes thing, which is because again, you never get that, and that's the weird thing for me is with a sequel, you never get that sense in the first one. The first one, you're always worried for people. You're always like, this is fucking brutal. He's the grabber. He's taking kids, fucking killing them. Like, people from the past kids trying to warn this kid how to get out, all this stuff. And this one, you just never get. So, I mean, for me, it's like, if you're going to be fast and loose, I mean, I don't know if fast and loose is the right word because they do adhere to the rules a decent amount, but there's just some holes I feel like that are in here. But like, you could still find a way. You could bend it a little bit. Like, if she's going to get thrown around that kitchen area or wherever she's thrown around, couldn't he in the dream world like take a knife and fucking throw it at that couple, kill both of them? He's manipulating something in there. So like, it's strange to have all these people. Like, if you're going to do it, just get rid of those people, because all that is doing to me is I'm just not worried. Like, who are these people? They're just like they're like the audience.
That old guy has to die.
Oh yeah,
that's like movie 101. He's there to die. Like, he has to die saving. At the end, they're like, no, he's okay. I'm like, he is? Like, why? For part 3?
Also, like, nobody's scared enough of what is happening in this camp. Like, they saw that, like, that Christian couple watched the girl get levitated midair and flung around like a fucking ragdoll. And they're just like, yeah, she's got the devil in her. It's like, dude, you're witnessing something that should put you into like a coma. Like, that is an insane thing to just be like, okay, now I got to fight this. I'd be like, I'm out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. It's crazy to me.
Did that worry you at all? Or bother you at all, Klemmer? Like the stakes and the death or the lack thereof, because you see death, but again, it's just the people you know who are already dead.
Klemmer liked the grainy dream footage, so
I did like that. I also I don't mind the lack of death. I don't hate that. I do have issues, especially hearing you guys kind of explain it. Some of and it did bother me in the moment, but like people being in ice in Colorado, like and 3 weeks off in the middle of the school year, and then honestly, I'll tell myself here a little bit, like having the grabber grab the kid's mom first just felt too convenient. Like, that didn't feel entirely right to me either. What I enjoyed this movie though was, I said, how it looked, how it felt in the moment. I was entertained. The more I think about it, the more I hear some of your complaints, the more I realize I was probably too positive about this movie.
There is some, I will say though, to your credit, that I do think there is some good stuff in this. Like, was there anything you liked, Gooch? Was there anything besides the look of it, like story-wise, you just like, this thing fucking stinks?
Yeah, no, the story really bothered me. Like, I think it doesn't really have much to say, and it doesn't go anywhere fast. But like I said, Scott Derrickson, I do think, like, really has a nice eye for this. Like, really does.
Yeah.
Don't let him near a script again. I think he and like 2 other people are listed as writers on this. He shouldn't be the one in that room, but give him a good script. I'd like to see what happens.
I got one other.
And Black Phone 1 was good. Like that was a
very
good.
good.
I like that script, and he did a really bang up job with that. So Scott Derrickson, I'm a fan.
I don't know if you guys agree or not. They build up. They have 2 or 3 different scenes where Finney is like, I can't be afraid of this guy. I got to face this guy. I got to face this guy. And the sister has that scene with him. And then at the end, the sister basically beats the shit out of him. And then when he's like helpless to grab her, Finney just comes in and like bangs us. I'm like, that's not really that big of a moment for the kid in the movie. Like Finney, like the movie I thought was supposed to be about him. And at the end, it's really not. It's like, oh, okay. He kind of comes in and bangs on this corpse and throws him in the water, I guess. I don't know. With the other dead kid, I don't even understand.
His big moment was when he is in like the bunk bed next to his sister getting finger blasted. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about 80s movies, not to be a pervert, but like in the 80s movies, like a horror like that, Mustang and Finney are fucking going at it. Like we are, and then she gets killed.
Yes.
Like that's rule number 1.
She
Top
gets killed
off,
while
head
they're
off.
fucking.
Yes, that's come on. What are we doing here?
There's just got to be a better way to make you worried about all these people. I think that's my biggest issue. It's like some of the rules kind of fall apart, but honestly, I'm okay with that if you have me concerned, and I'm just never concerned. And I even like the end of it. I think the end is okay with them pulling the bodies out of the water and them smashing his face in, and he's all like fucked up looking and everything. And you know what? There was a complaint, I believe, from the previous movie that people said there weren't enough kills, right? Wasn't that one of it? Like it wasn't like a gruesome or gory enough horror movie, the last one. Like they definitely make up for it here in some respects, especially like the flashback of the kills. But I just think the story is kind of like, it's like it has to explain a lot early on to get to what this is. And to bring back a character you killed in the last one. So it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of tough because in the end, it's like, yeah, you can get me to care about, I guess the mother and the connection there. And I like kind of that it's the mom's phone call from years ago. I think that's kind of creative. But if I'm never worried about anybody in this movie dying, including the goofballs at the camp, then like what?
Yeah.
It's like, then I'm just like, okay, let's just see this to the end. Like I know how this is going to end and kind of how it ended. And that's that. Though I think they're not going to bring him back, right? I don't know. He's thought over the grabber. I don't know.
Well, there's going to be a prequel. Come on.
Probably.
Grabber prequel.
Yeah.
I have an excuse why I like this so much. I had seen The Strangers Chapter 2 right before this. It was a double feature.
Oh,
now that's
I really think that might have influenced just a competent movie. I was like, this is Casablanca. This is amazing.
That's a very bad movie.
Yeah.
Strangers Chapter 2.
By the way, I did write down some of the insults from the girl. Called someone. She called the woman a judgmental cunt wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Great, stole that one from Deadpool. A festering, gaping ass wound. Fuck you with a dinosaur dick. Like great stuff. Like classic '80s, like ribbing, like stuff you hear in all those movies.
Yeah, lame.
Yeah,
lame.
that wasn't very good. I'm trying to think of other script moments. I thought, but again, it's like I think we're apparently in the minority. People have said she was fantastic in this. I don't think she was bad, but
did they go to the Duran Duran concert? I wonder about things like this. When they got in the car and he jumps in the car with her, which dad's like, go with him. I'm like, oh, they're going to the concert. Maybe I'm an idiot. I was just like, why are they driving in this snow? And they gets out of the car and runs in front of the car in the snowstorm. Like what why is it in the film? Like what are they? Like, why'd it have to snow so much driving there? I didn't. There's no payoff to that.
I was in the same situation. I did think they were going to the Duran Duran concert when they left.
Yeah.
When they were going,
I guess the payoff of the snowstorm was nobody else was at the camp, right? Because it was snowing so much.
Nobody had to see Duran Duran.
Right, that's true.
Payoff.
Yeah. This wasn't. We're hold on. Let's rank the grabber here. Where do you rank the grabber on a scale of 1 to 10 as a villain? How much you into the grabber? How would you rate the grabber? 1 to 10, Gooch.
The name sucks. The name is terrible. Like 0 out of 10. But like Ethan Hawke in that mask, like what he's doing, very cool. So it kind of evens out like a 5 out of 10.
He's a pussy though. He doesn't kill anybody. Like
I guess in this one he is a pussy, but when he's like fucking cutting up
part one
in the first one,
yeah, part one he's like an 8. This one he's like a 2, maybe. Like they just like at the end she's like, oh yeah. I just realized I can kick your ass, and then like that's it.
That's like every Nightmare on Elm Street movie, though. Like that's how.
Yeah, but Freddy Krueger is. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but Freddy Krueger's having more fun with it. You know, I feel like the grabber was way more serious and less fun, if that makes sense.
And which is weird because the movie does have an attempt at comedy in spots in the script too. So it is kind of strange. Like they do try to get laughs out of people. But it is a very serious, like morbid character too, though. He's just grabbing and killing kids and fucking force someone to kill. It's like haunted this family and like set up a suicide. It is like, it's pretty brutal.
A weirdly abrupt ending with Jeremy Davies and him in the car too, where he's like about Mustang. I'm like, well, I was kind of waiting for the grabber to come back at the end of a horror movie. I'm like, give me something. But you know, I thought, you know, when somebody goes to the bottom of a lake in a horror movie, yeah, I expect to see a movement. So I don't know.
Right.
Dude, he came out of that lake freezing cold against like negative 20 degrees, and he's just like, damn, we beat him. Good job, kids. Like, you should be dead.
Yeah,
he would be on the ground. Yeah, hypothermia, dead.
It's something about all these things happening and the people just standing around watching it all happen because they have no involvement because like it's only happening in the dream state. But then also like they have so they're just there. There's people fucking standing there. You could scrub them out of the movie. It wouldn't make any difference.
I got the idea of Ethan Hawke doing voiceover work dressed like he is in that Linklater movie right now. He like had to for like a day. He's just sitting there with his hair like he's like 4 feet tall. He's doing this dumb grabber voice.
So we weren't big fans. I gave it a 63, Kirk 58, Kenjac 55, Klemmer 76. Though he does seem to be impacted a little bit by
zero fortitude. I'll not stick by any score at all.
I'm not going to fight for
crying at the amateurs on the phone with their mom. Just admit it, Klemmer.
I thought that last scene.
Where's the schmaltz? What is it, Jeff? The what?
The schmaltz. Should I set up the schmaltz alarm?
You can do it.
That's definitely a schmaltz. Yeah, he's on. It is her mom. Oh wow, I never would have guessed that.
No. It's not the guess. It's hard. She was like crying. That felt very real. Like for an insane situation, I thought she did a really good job with that.
Yeah,
I thought both actors did a nice job.
I thought that kid stunk. The boy, the kid, yeah, not good.
40 for Gooch. We weren't big fans of that. A pretty huge drop off from the previous one. Like massive. Next up, Good Fortune. A well-meaning but klutzy guardian angel named Gabriel, played by Keanu Reeves, intervenes in the life of Arj, played by Aziz Ansari, a struggling gig economy worker, by swapping his life with that of Jeff, played by Seth Rogen, a wealthy tech investor. The idea show that money doesn't necessarily bring fulfillment, but it backfires in unexpected ways. It's my favorite part of the synopsis, by the way. Meanwhile, Arj's coworker Elena is pushing for labor rights in a union. If that's how scattershot this movie is, they can't even give you a cohesive synopsis. They're like, also this thing happens too. That's played by Keke Palmer. Elena is. Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer, Sandra Oh, Keanu Reeves. Aziz Ansari's directorial debut, short movie, 97 minutes long, made $6.2 million at the box office this weekend. 78 on Rotten Tomatoes. 7.0 on IMDb, 63 on Metacritic, 3.3 on Letterboxd. I'll start out with Kenjac. What do you think about this return to comedy movies for Aziz Ansari and Good Fortune? This body swap comedy.
I like it's kind of weird because I like the core concept, and like I don't think that's a terrible idea. Like flipping the like money isn't everything adage on its head to kind of reflect the reality of life. Like whatever Bruce's Millions, whatever, a million other movies have kind of done that sort of idea of like, hey, it's more to life, it's family, blah, 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 blah. Like flipping that and being a little more like sardonic. I think it's not a terrible idea, but this is just, I think the biggest issue I have with this movie, and I gave it a 62. I don't hate it. I think there's some good moments throughout it. It's very miscast. Like, I think when I look at this movie, Seth Rogen should be playing the Aziz part. Aziz should probably be playing the Seth Rogen part, and Keanu shouldn't be in this movie. Like, there's just so many roles in this movie, except for Keke Palmer. I think was good. She's a good fit there. But like, there's so many roles in this movie. I'm like, these weren't made for these people. I think they were just friends and they wanted to help each other out, and that made this a worse product by result. And I feel that this needed a lot more humor, and that was missing. And I think part of it has to do with that. But I don't know how you guys feel about it. But that was the big takeaway I had from this. Like, good idea, just not the right parts to make this work. And I would just want it to be a lot funnier, and it just wasn't.
62 from Kenjac. I agree with a lot of what you just said. Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's one of the questions you have. Is I'll just say Aziz is just not my comedy style. So it just doesn't, that part doesn't work for me. There are things I like in it. I'm about 60 on it. I actually kind of
no.
That his fucking voice.
Oh yeah, it's just every 60's probably high if I'm being, but let me think about that number. But I actually didn't hate Keanu in it. I kind of like goofy Keanu. It kind of brings me back to when I'm younger. I didn't hate him completely. I need to step away when I'm in the movie. I need to stay in the movie. It's hard for me to get lectured on, economics and capitalism and this from people in this movie, really rich people in this movie. But I need to watch the movie. I know that, but it's in my head the whole time. Keke Palmer's fine. There's some moments that were kind of cute. I didn't really laugh much, like for just the comedy style, but I thought it was pleasant. It just kind of missed that thing. It didn't feel like it was necessary really to be made. 56. Let's call it 56. But I'll tell you what, I didn't like. I kind of like seeing Keanu Reeves in the movie like this again, like sort of being a goofball. Like I didn't hate that. That's probably the highlight of the movie for me. Honestly, that's probably my takeaway.
Yeah, with the Aziz comedy style, it is
just not for me. I hate Parks and Rec, so it's just not my like. It's just like so in front of you. Everything's in front, and it's just I don't know. It just does not work.
The guy next to me, I don't know who he was talking about. I'm only going to make an assumption. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't care if this bothers you. I apologize. I'm not bothered that Aziz Ansari's in this. The guy next to me, I assume, had a pretty hefty take on Aziz being in that Riyadh Comedy Festival. Because at the end of the movie, when something happens, the guy next to me audibly, he out loud goes, give me a break. I was like, okay, I feel like that has to be what that guy's talking about.
Well, it is interesting that he took that money and he made this movie. Like this is his thought. Like this is his thought. I mean, that is sort of an interesting juxtaposition.
Dark woke, yeah.
It is. It is very, yeah. But in terms of comedy style, if you don't like this, actually, I'm not bothered by these comedy style, but if you don't like it, it's super, super present in this, and you will hate it from the jump because it's the same. It's like, they don't have any applesauce. I love applesauce. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, all right. It's like, which I get. Hey, some people love it. I'm kind of in the middle road on it. I like his show, A Master of None, but I know some people hate it. So just a warning on that. Klemmer, what'd you give the movie?
Yeah, I'm at a 58. I liked Parks and Rec quite a bit, and I still didn't find this movie very funny. That's kind of my issue with movies. I don't think it's very funny. I thought Keanu was by far the best part of it. I'm watching, and I think Seth Rogen has been in some of the best comedies of the last century. This century, and this isn't funny. Like, he's not funny in it. I don't know if I laughed very much at Seth Rogen at all. Keke Palmer is entirely wasted. She was great in One of Them Days. She's very funny. She's really, really good actress, and she's completely throwaway, nothing role. I think Kenjac's right. Probably Aziz and Seth Rogen probably should have switched roles. I didn't hate it, but other than Keanu, I didn't feel like there was anything new or unique in it. I felt like it was either just a lecture or trading places. Like, why was this made?
Yeah, okay, Gooch, I'll let you go, then I'll give my thoughts. So much to bounce off everyone.
Yeah, and I don't have much novel thoughts on this, or many novel thoughts on this, but I will say that this it gets to a conclusion, I think, like about halfway through, and I think there was a conclusion that Aziz Ansari and the writing team had going into the movie, but they're never able to reconcile it. They get to the point of, hey, it sucks to be poor. Who would want to be poor? And they don't know how to fucking turn it around. And it's very obvious on the back half. And this kills me because I love Keanu, but this was not for him. The chicken nuggies thing just does not work for me in 2025.
I think it's crappy writing.
Yes. I
Terrible.
think this,
yeah.
There is something here. Like, I do think a movie about the gig economy can work. I think it can be very funny and very thoughtful, but this needed quite a bit longer in the tank before they pushed it out. And I'm at a 50 out of 100.
Well, that's the thing. Gooch is right. Yeah, I was thinking that watching as well. Like, why would he want to switch back?
And the movie can't figure it out either.
You know, right? They have an idea. They can't land it. Like, you're watching thinking, well, he's much better off here. Much better off.
It's like halfway of an idea. Like, they had half the one cool idea, again, is the core concept of like biting through that adage, and they just had nothing else after that. They really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I gave it a 60 out of 100. For me, it just comes down to the fact that the movie was too scattershot. It was just too all over the place. Like there's a long time in this movie where you are basically brought to care and follow Aziz, and then he's kind of gone from the movie for a while. And then it's Seth Rogen's movie. But then it's also Keke Palmer is a focus on a completely separate storyline. Completely. And then like you got to care about Keanu Reeves too with the Angel, which I think is a nice little twist on the body swap comedy. That like that's a linchpin in like the body swap part of it and how and why it happens, not just some like some weird like oracle or fortune teller machine. It's like it's a fun way to do it, but it's just so all over the map, and it doesn't have a decent enough job at jumping back from person to person. We just hang too long on, I think, one of the storylines where I lose interest in it, and then I lose interest in another thing that helps to another thing, and I got bored of it by the end. And that's the biggest offense I think this movie has. It just bored me because I could not connect and care about a character. I also think there's some, again, I hate doing nitpick on two movies, but there's some flimsy ass reasoning why things happen in this. Was anyone else waiting for Seth Rogen's character to be like, psych, gotcha, when he fired Aziz Ansari initially? I thought that was that was a bit of a stretch, right? You just gave him an outfit, gave him the card.
Right.
You fired him that set off every event in the movie was because he was like $300. I have a pool with floating guacamole, but this $300, you're out of here. Like you're on the streets. I thought that was a little much too. So I don't know. It just was kind of like, like I never really cared about anyone or anything. It was too many things going on.
I thought that was more the trust was broken. I think they probably should have said that, but I think that was more like, hey, once you break trust in me, then I can't work with you anymore. But that was never really said, so I'm just assuming.
Right. That would have helped. Yeah. I mean, again, that's not the reason I don't like the movie, but it kind of, I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, got it. I guess that's the reason. And it never really, like, they kind of addressed it again because he's like, oh, I know you slept in your car. And like, I don't know, just everything was kind of flimsy. And again, like all over the place. It was just like kind of everywhere.
I think it's beneath some of these people too. Like Keke Palmer should not be playing that role. Seth Rogen just has had a great year. And he's not in movies much. And I know he's friends. I'm sure he's friends with them. Like, this is the role you're thinking. It just felt, and I get why Keanu did it. I guess he wants to mix it up a little bit. But even Sandra Oh, I'm like, Jesus, is this all you got for her? It just felt, I don't know. It just felt like there was nothing for anybody.
Also, rooting for someone too. Like, I found myself not really caring to root for any of them. And even like Aziz's reasoning was kind of like if you didn't have this person he was attracted to, would he have ever switched back? Like,
no
way.
All for the pussy.
At some point, he's like, I was stunned at the end when he's sitting on the bench and he's like, my dad's there. He doesn't even know who I am. I'm like, oh, really? Like, I thought the dad seemed pretty hype. Like, I like right. The dad didn't know who you were in that scene. Like, that's news to me. 35 minutes later, that's kind of shocking. Yeah, just kind of like it. There's definitely an idea here, but it feels like a first pass idea, and they didn't know how to really clean it up and kind of round off the edges a bit. It's just a bit too all over the map. Because there are some funny stuff. I mean, everyone's favorite like laugh or scene was it when he initially changes? But that's what got me the laugh the hardest is when he changes bodies and he's just like everything is great. And even like him explaining just the Sandra Oh angel, he's like, yeah, I don't know, money ended up fixing his problems. Like it's like that. Right. That was funny, but then from there, I just think it never found its lane exactly.
I like the flash forward where things just get progressively worse for Aziz and up until the point where they have to put the dog down.
Yes, that got me too.
Yeah. That was funny.
It's like what I say is like they got to put the dog down. Like that was good. That got me. Like that. I thought that was pretty funny. But otherwise, yeah, this was, again, just kind of like, I found myself sitting in the same theater I saw Tron last week. I'm like, I'm just kind of bored again. Just kind of bored of this. Like, this didn't do a ton for me. Did we like this more than the movie Michael with John Travolta?
Oh,
tough.
Angels in Trench Coats?
That's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
That's Nora Ephron, right, Clemmer?
Was it?
I think it was.
That's a bad movie.
That's a really bad movie. It's pretty close.
My great aunt, who lived in a convalescent home for a long time. She had 3 movies she watched over and over again. It was Sister Act, Home Alone 2, and Michael. Those 3 movies she just
I remember
cycle through.
you told me once you showed her Castaway and she said, "I'm not watching this shit. Nobody will watch this over and over."
Hey, wait a
Yeah,
second.
I was surprised.
I see what you're doing there.
Should that be the Smaltz alarm? Is just Tom Hanks screaming Wilson?
Yes. Yeah, Michael was a bad one. That was a bad one.
I think the bummer with this one for me the most is that it is a year where we've said a couple times in the last, I guess, 2 years where you're like, oh, like the regular comedy is like kind of alive and well. Like maybe they're going to start doing more of these. So I was like, oh, maybe this could have it. But now this was a bit of done. I also I'll tell you what, it didn't make a lot of money. I don't see it making much more money than that. And I don't see many people streaming this thing either. Maybe the Keanu of it all will get people.
No, this thing's dead. Oh yeah, this thing's dead at the box office. It'll go down 75% this weekend. Yeah, no one's going to see this.
I was trying to remember. I was thinking about Michael, and I'm like, wait, what's the movie where he was super smart? And that was Phenomenon. Different movie. Yeah, forgot. Almost mixed them up.
Yeah, another Angel in a Trench Coat movie. Put it up. I associate. You know, what movie I associate with Michael that I think lives in the same universe.
Yeah,
K-Pax with Kevin.
Oof.
Kevin Spacey.
Remember the funny
Jeff
way
Bridges
he eats that banana?
Yeah,
Jeff
Bridges and Kevin Spacey. Oh God.
If you told me those two movies were in the same universe, I would absolutely believe you. Yeah. So this was another kind of dud, right in the middle. 60 from me, 56 from Kirk, 62 from Kenjac, 58 from Klemmer, 50 from Gooch. Good fortune. If you want to see it, I'd go see this quickly because I'm not thinking it's going to be in many theaters after this next weekend.
No.
Black Phone 2 should be around a little longer than that.
Can we do one thing? I think we forgot though. Is it okay? Can we get Justin's reviews of the?
We did. Yes.
Correct.
Jeez. Yep. Justin, reviews of review and score Black Phone 2 and Good Fortune, yeah.
Black Phone 2 I gave a 70. Good, not necessary.
Okay.
And the Good Fortune I gave a 30. And Rogan make invincible.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
yeah, that's fair.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good note right there.
Good, very good reasoning. The sponsor of Project Big Screen is none other than Game Time, the best and only place you should ever go to buy tickets. I've been to so many different things, thank you to Game Time, big and small too. Regular season baseball games, college football games, small concerts, stand-up comedy, but also the Rose Bowl, the college football playoff, some big-time Bruce Springsteen concerts, some big-time things, some small-time things. It doesn't matter because with Game Time, it's all easy. My favorite thing, fees are upfront and always included because these other websites, you go to buy a ticket, you're like, oh, good price. And you go to the checkout window and it balloons up by 100. You're like, what the hell is this? Not with Game Time. Game Time, it's simple, straightforward, ticket transfer easy. You see it all right there. I actually just bought for a family member tickets to go see Billie Eilish in November here in Austin. It's like, just moved back, got to buy some tickets to different events here. Guess what? $230 right off the floor. Front row. All thank you to Game Time. The best, easiest deals. You can do it a month out, 6 months out, or the day of. And you're going to find the best options for you to attend the event. Because in the end, you want to stress about getting there. You want to stress about being at the event, not the ticket purchasing part. That should be the easy part. With Game Time, that's exactly what happens. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets, sporting event tickets, whatever, you name it. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account and use code PROJECT. Get $20 off your first purchase, which, depending on what event you might go to, that might be half the bill right there. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Use code PROJECT, PROJECT, for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. All right, let's move on. Next part of the show, a little bit of cinema, some news, some things we've been watching. We didn't have a ton of common movies that we all saw this week, so we'll kind of talk about what we've been watching here at the end. But we got a first look. These back-to-back stories. This is like an assault on Kirk's life, a Rocky biopic and a Bruce Springsteen biopic.
Not good.
First look at Anthony Ippolito, who played Al Pacino in The Offer, is now going to play Sylvester Stallone in a movie called I Play Rocky, directed by Peter Farrelly, who also part of the Farrelly brothers. He also directed Solo, Green Book, in a movie which is catching a bit of a wave, I've noticed lately on the internet. Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah,
I did not like Ricky Stenicki.
No, nor did I.
Yeah,
Splooge on my tummy.
Yeah, we have some people. Some people at Barstool seem to quite like it quite a bit. Not enough to like say there's a revolution going on, but I'll pass Ricky Snick. Anyway, he's doing this Rocky movie. Kirk, I'll lead with you. Thoughts on this I Play Rocky movie? We got it's about the making of Rocky, but it's like about it's a Stallone biopic, but it's about Rocky.
I mean, this is where I make the case, like, just de-age Stallone. Just do like the beginning. At this point, if you're going to do it, just do it for this. This movie was made for that. Give me the first 30 minutes of Indiana Jones. Have him be young again. If you're going to go in. Because Peter Farrelly directing a movie where Stallone sits around his apartment and comes up with ideas about Rocky is not interesting to me at all. And there is no bigger Rocky franchise fan in the world than me. I've seen each one of these movies 10,000 times. And like Stallone going, I could see the scene where the big studio head says, we can get Ryan O'Neal, we can get Burt Reynolds, we can get Robert Redford. And he's like, I'm not, I got to play this myself or no one else could. Then he walks away and gets, I just don't, I don't. I did see that Matt Dillon has been cast as Frank Stallone Sr., Sly's dad in the film. A piece of casting.
Ooh,
so as a Matt Dillon fan, I'm happy he's getting work, but I don't, look, maybe I'll be totally wrong and this will be great, but I am not optimistic about I Play Rocky. I don't.
Kenjac, did you watch The Offer? Were you one of the people that watched The Offer?
No, I always wanted to get to it.
Was it The Godfather, that movie was about?
did.
Yeah, I watched it.
He's really good. Anthony,
he's very good in it.
If he is as good at mimicking Al Pacino or good at mimicking Sylvester Stallone as he was at mocking Al Pacino, then he'll do a fantastic job. Yeah. He was like dead on Al Pacino in that show.
Farrelly's last couple things. He right now, as he's doing this, it was Ricky Stinky, like you said, but he's also doing something called Balls Up, which is about the World Cup final starring Mark Wahlberg. Action comedy. Sounds electric. So another action comedy starring Mark Wahlberg.
About the World Cup final, a comedy about the
After causing an international incident at the World Cup final, 5 rival coworkers must find a way out of Brazil alive. So
wait, is this spin-off character? Is Wahlberg playing the same character who walked around America because his son was gay? Wasn't that one of them? Which one was that?
Brad Lewison. That's one of them. Yeah. That's maybe actually in all the bland, terrible characters Mark Wahlberg is playing. That's one of the more spicy ones I've seen him.
That's true. Yeah,
this trailer also looked terrible. Like it just looked like a bad trailer. Like it's one of the worst trailers I can remember. It's weird voiceover. This shots are just scattered. It seemed like a mess.
It's for me. It's a very weird and difficult thing to make something like this for someone. I understand The Offer to an extent. Like Pacino's up, but like Stallone is still also super active and in things, and like it's just weird to me. It's strange. If it's good, that's awesome though. But I don't know.
It won't be.
Yeah, it probably won't be.
Peter
it's an interesting story.
It's a great story.
But it is once again, it's going to be a movie about Hollywood being sold to, I think, an audience that fucking hates those type of movies. Like, I don't know if this will even land with its intended audience.
To me, it's almost like it's more interesting. One of the great things about All the President's Men is that Nixon's not in it, at least not till the very end for a minute, like a news. But like Stallone, you almost can't put him in this movie. If he has some agent who's hustling around trying to, or Irwin Winkler, the producers who believe, like maybe guys we don't know, but Stallone is so uniquely identifiable as an actor. Like, I don't know how you can do Sylvester Stallone. There's a problem for the next movie we're going to talk about, I'm sure too, is when like you're that, it's a tough trick to pull off. I mean, I don't know. Like you can have like somebody playing Carl Weathers, like Burgess Meredith.
God, they are.
They showed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
And it was jarring.
Yeah. So this is, maybe the most famous character in American film history. This is a tough one.
I don't know if you guys would agree with this because you guys are Boston guys. That Hulu thing where like you see the guy playing Bill Belichick, and I'm like, I know what Bill Belichick and Aaron Hernandez and Tim Tebow. Like,
I know
when
that
I see these actors playing them, it's just I don't know.
Kirk was in the show.
Somebody played me in that series, Kenjac.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about that.
I did a good job. Yes, but it does get. I mean, in a weird way though, if they go completely comedic with it, it'd be funny. But I don't know.
Well,
but you're right. Stallone still.
That. Something else recently did that where they put the main guy. The Air, the Michael Jordan, Air Jordan movie.
They keep
kind
Jordan out of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good move. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Peter Farrell. That's where you kind of lose me. I just figures probably
make Green Book too. I think we need more of that today.
Klemmer liked Green Book for sure.
I haven't seen it.
You loved it.
You haven't seen Green Book?
No, and by the way, I will say,
Never seen. Oh, nice. Well,
I thought you
come
were about
on.
to pull out the Green Book criterion. My
gonna
bad.
start watching this tonight. I'm very excited.
Pure
You've
racism.
never seen it.
I've never seen it. No,
They fixed racism, Klemmer. It
it
is
looks so
incredible.
horrible, and I'm like,
You would like it, Clemmer. Don't lie. You would.
I don't-
You would love
You
it.
would. Oh, you would be you would be a
I think
puddle.
you guys either overrate my smalls or don't quite
That
understand.
scene at the end, the Christmas when he comes back. Oh my God, Clemmer.
Christmas.
Oh my God.
They all have Christmas with the black man, and they're all like, "We're
It
coming
will-
together as an Italian family." Oh my goodness, Klemmer! It'd be heaven on earth.
Yeah. Who's here? Oh, come on in. Yeah, I love it.
Come on in, we'll give you some food. Yeah.
From Rocky to Springsteen, we won't talk about debuts on Rotten Tomatoes all too often, but it is relevant. You have two pretty large Springsteen fans in this podcast. How many shows have you been to, Kirk? What's the number?
72.
Jeez.
That's as big of a Springsteen fan as it gets. Kirk and I have been to a Springsteen show together at Foxborough.
Mhm.
This movie seemed to, in the last week or two, lost a lot of Oscar buzz. It's dying down quite a bit because it did seem as though we were going to get what the Academy loves: a great music biopic role. The idea that like an original Chalamet role would lose out after a year where he lost on a music biopic, it all made too much sense. But everything we're hearing so far about the Springsteen movie is that it's pretty fucking bland. 67% on Rotten Tomatoes on debut. We will be reviewing it next week. Where do we stand a week to go on this movie, Kirk?
I mean, I've said this since it was announced. I love the book it's based on. I had the author on my podcast. It's a great story. The Making of Nebraska is an interesting story. It's like almost in a way like the story of Rocky is an interesting story. It's not cinematic. There's a scene in the Dylan movie last year where Chalamet is singing "The Times Are Changing" for the first time, and Johnny Cash is there, and Pete Seeger is there. And you can feel tension and battle, and Joan Baez is there. And whatever you think of it, you're thinking, this is a movie. There are stakes. Like, this is a guy doing something nobody did before. And he's being pulled in all these different directions. And like Nebraska is Springsteen, already a huge star, with no real stakes, deciding to make an acoustic album, a great album, an acoustic album. So he sits around his house, makes a great album. It goes out there, it does okay, and he does Born in the USA. Like, there's no... If Nebraska sold 2 copies, Springsteen would have been fine. There's no tension. They have a made-up girlfriend. I know Jeremy Strong, who's growing on my list of people I hate. Jeremy Strong. I need Jeremy Strong to take 10 years off. Like it's just not. I'm going in very negative, so maybe I'll like it because of that. But boy, I am dreading seeing this week. Like, it's gonna physically pain me. The parts of this movie are gonna hurt me. They're gonna hurt me.
And there's just going to be moments in this too that are not anything related to the story, at least the story that it's based on. Where you seem to be convinced it's going to end with him, humming "Born in the USA," or they're going to do some fucking.
Well, yeah, give me the post end, the end of the post, that horrible movie where they walk in and discover Watergate. Like, at least give me that, where like they come in and they're like, "Oh yeah, Born in the USA." That's problem is that he was making 2 albums at the same time. I don't know if they're even gonna. I don't even know. I don't know. And like, but I even think like. I'll be nitpicking it every second, but I think like the common person, like I'm a pretty big Dylan fan, but if you're not a big Dylan fan, you can go enjoy A Complete Unknown. I totally get that. Like, I don't think that crowd is going to go and say, I really like this. I had a good time. I don't think that's going to happen.
What do you guys think as like not Springsteen fans or like kind of on the fringes? Are you excited for it? Do you just not care?
I'm a sucker for a music biopic. I'll be honest. It's one of those things. I don't think that they should win Best Picture as often as they do and win lead actor as often as they do. But in terms of like going to the theater with your family around the holidays, it's hard to top because they're very consistent, rarely terrible, and you get to listen to some good songs. Now, this one does look a little depressing. The trailer just being like, he's got a hole in his bedroom and he's looking to fill it.
I'm tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be terrible. Like, I'm pretty excited to see it. I'm not the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan.
The line of the trailer about the hole in his floor is not even in the movie. That's like one of the early reviews are like half the trailer's not in the movie.
Sometimes that could be good.
Yeah, for sure.
That in this case, maybe not. I feel like the biggest takeaway I have from this not being potentially good is like my thought when I left Marty Supreme was like, okay, this is Chalamet's like done and cooked, it's over, and it's probably gonna be winning like Best Picture and stuff like that in Marty Supreme. And if this is that bad, then it's over. Like it's done. Like Chalamet is winning best actor, unless something I can't think of any other movie coming out that has the Oscar buzz that's even close. So I think it's that's the biggest takeaway I have from these early reactions.
So for me, the worst things about music biopics usually they take like their entire life and try to make it into a 140-minute movie, and like that doesn't work. Like Ray for me doesn't work for that reason. Great performance, but it's just too much time. I like the fact that this is a small sliver of his life, so that's promising to me. I like Springsteen. I don't love him, so I'm going. I like Dylan. I don't love Dylan. I'm kind of going in there like, all right, maybe here's some good music and see how it goes. But I can understand why someone who loves Springsteen would be like aghast at this.
How about this for movie idea instead? Kid from New Jersey's in the band. Big Bruce fan. He wakes up one day. He's the only person in the world who knows their Bruce Springsteen songs. That works for me. And then at the end, he knocks on Steve Van Zandt's door, and they have a conversation by the beach, and then he goes home. There, that wins. That's a winner.
The USA. What's that? I just made it up.
I just made it up.
What was
teeth? He's singing away.
What was the inspirational Springsteen album movie though? Was it Blinded by the Light? Was that what it was called?
God, was that brutal?
Yeah.
Sucked.
Oh, that was tough.
Dumb guy dancing around the poster.
Oh my God. So the last two stories here. This was my favorite until the second story popped up. The first one, John Chu, the director of John M. Chu. Do you have to say the M when you say John Chu's name?
Yes.
Oh, you do.
Required. Okay.
Absolutely.
The director of Wicked, For Good, and the first Wicked, has said that The Cowardly Lion, which they, by the way, they have. If you're not aware, the Wizard of Oz characters are in the second one. If there was any mystery, they spoiled in the trailers. If you really want to pay attention to the trailers, you can see who turns into those characters. I won't spoil it for you if you don't know. The Cowardly Lion is in the movie. He was in the first movie, The Cowardly Lion. He was the little lion that gets like set free or whatever in the first one. Apparently will be voiced by a massive celebrity. John Chu says people will freak out when they see the red carpet. We must now give predictions. Kenjac, I think you had the best guess. So I'll let you go first.
You know what's funny is one of the first ones that I actually thought about was Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is so defeated that I think he posted something like, "It's not me."
Yeah, I
don't
saw
worry.
that. Yeah.
Oh, he did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said it's not me.
Yeah, he said it's not me. Don't worry about it. Which I thought was very funny, or at least a little self-aware. I don't know, who did I say it was in our chat? I forget who.
I laughed pretty
James
hard
Corden.
at it.
James Corden would definitely be
Great.
top of the list. Although I think he's been out of the game for a while now.
Or was it Aquafina?
Yeah,
You said
one thing
Awkwafina.
got revealed that he was mean to waiters. I think James Corden stopped being cast and things. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah. You said Aquafina, I think, Gooch, from like somebody tweeted that. Like, what is you talking about thing or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one to guess because like who's tight with Chu, and I just don't know who he has. And it would be someone in like the music. I feel like the musical theater sort of world.
Oh, you
And I just
predicted
don't know who.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing. It's gonna be Here Comes Pedro Pascal for sure. So yeah, I'll stick with that one, Pedro Pascal.
Barack Obama.
Oh, fuck off.
What's wrong with you?
Wait, are we taking the show seriously? Like, what?
Let me be clear.
It's a possible guess. That would blow
You know
people's
the-
minds.
You know what's if the Cowardly Lion was a female character, I guess they wouldn't. Like Meghan Markle wouldn't be a bad guess of being like, oh, that's fucking stupid.
I could see that.
I'll throw out Denzel.
Denzel.
John M. Chu is
okay.
like a New York City film, like he is like the president of the New York City Film Association. Denzel is very active here. It could happen. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like massive, what is like top of the A-list?
Is it a big name in the sense it's a mainstream name, or is it a big name in the sense like, oh wow, like theater nerds will love it? Like,
I feel like it's gonna be like a male Taylor Swift, I guess. Does it have to be a male even? Can it be like Lady Gaga or some shit?
I was actually thinking he does cameos now all the time. I was thinking maybe Bradley Cooper, but
Ooh, yeah.
I
he does
mean,
do a lot of cameos.
he just did the Superman cameo though. Remember, Jeff, you thought it was Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga at the beginning.
I
which
did
was
for like a
unbelievable.
split second. I'm like, wow, what a weird choice that is. It's like kind of a strange homage to that movie.
Maybe I don't. I mean, people are gonna freak out. Like, is it that? Like, Who could it?
That's the thing. When you say
say
people are going to lose their mind, like that's got to be the craziest shit ever. Like, who could that even be?
Taylor Swift? Who? I don't even know who would get that reaction.
That's the thing is every name I can think of, like you know, the type. This is like a Meryl Streep type thing. Where people are like, oh, they see Meryl, they're going to go crazy. It's like,
Oh, that's
right.
not a bad one. Actually.
But again, it's a Cowardly
I know.
Lion, so I don't know.
Oh, right.
I feel like it's gonna be like you know, I feel like they kind of pitched this the same way when Taylor Swift was in Cats. Like they were like, "Oh, we got a big one, and it was Taylor Swift, and that movie bombed." And I just don't know who that version.
Wow, it was like
is
Robert.
for
It was like
God.
Robert Redford. Like they got him like 6 months ago or something.
That would be wild on the red carpet.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
One of the early things we did with our old podcast was talking about Cats, and that was our favorite stories when they announced that James Corden was in Cats. You were like, well, who could he be playing? He's playing the fat cat, Buster Jones. Like, what is what? You're like, you guys guessed it. We're like, what is the guess here? What was the question of who he was playing? Here's my favorite story. This is unbelievable. If you haven't read the Kevin Costner Hollywood Reporter report about him being unbelievably difficult to work with, it's fascinating. The money disasters and all that. It's worth reading. Kevin Costner apparently read it as well. He's very upset about it. And in response to being upset, he figured there's only one thing I can do here. And that was going deep sea diving and finding emeralds and gems.
So it's a very Nick Cage type of way to deal with it.
And now he's shopping a TV series about finding treasure as he continues to grapple with the fact that he has money issues. Nobody cares about this Horizon franchise he's doing. What a bizarre turn the career of Kevin Costner has taken here.
Well, massive up. I mean, this is one of the all-time massive up and down guys in history. Like he, had after Dancing with Wolves, then Robin Hood, he was his biggest star as it was in Hollywood. He pissed it away, came back, pissed it away, came back, was the biggest TV star in the world. Difficult, pissed it away. I mean, this story, the Hollywood Reporter story, he's like speaking at like the National Association of like deli meat owners or something. Like, it's like vacuum cleaners. Like it's literally like he's doing that. He's always been nuts though. Like, I'm a Costner guy, but he is a lunatic. I'm all in on this though. Like he'll dive in. I want all 4 parts. Remember 2 is done, and like he wants to do part 3 and part 4 of Horizon. Like bring it. Let's go.
Crazy. I remember when the Horizon stuff was announced, I was always quite shocked that it wasn't connected to Yellowstone. Because like, how does that like?
Right.
Why would that not? In a world where everything is connected, why wouldn't it be? Piggybacked off of that. Like, wouldn't that make sense? And now you read like this Hollywood Reporter story and stuff, and you know why? It's because like there was just everything was in disarray. Everything was bad there.
I saw Horizon Part 1 in North Dakota. I was doing a live show there. I saw it that afternoon. There were 3 other people, and the 4 of us walked out at the end and saw light. It was like we were like political prisoners, like seeing everyone was just confused. Like what just? But I was like, give me part 2. Like I'm in. But yeah, I don't know what he's.
I can't think of a more bleak experience than watching that movie in North Dakota.
Yeah.
I do respect like Kevin Costner, like even 30 years into his career of being an A-list celebrity, that he still can't help but just be an everyman. Like that is exactly what we all would probably do with our fucking like going on treasure hunts. What the fuck? That is a lot of rich people don't know how to spend their money. I'll tell you what, Kevin Costner, that is exactly how you spend your money.
I wonder why Horizon didn't go to like a streaming service. Like, I know, but like, why didn't it? All 4 parts. I'm surprised someone Apple didn't just gobble it all up that has unlimited money and been like, oh fuck it.
Yeah, but there's no return on a 4-part Kevin. I mean, it's like $400 million. To Jeff's point, Klemmer, if it tied into the TV show, then sure. But like, what are you going to give this guy $150 million to make? A movie for the next 2 movies, which this is a Western, this is a huge scale, like crazy.
Do we know how much money he made in these jewels and emeralds? Like how much did he get back?
There's not
sure,
coins.
it's a good question.
That's good. I think.
The fact that he's like,
I love it. He found like one like coin at the bottom of the Caribbean, and he's like,
Did it?
"Well, this is my net. Like from westerns to pirates, baby.
You think you think James Cameron gets pissed about that? He's like, this is my thing. Like
I almost guarantee you he gets pissed. There is no way he's okay with that. He's like, get the fuck out of my water.
This is my turf, dude.
He was mad about Waterworld.
Yeah.
By the way, the end of the page 6 story it just says Costner starred as a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in the 2006 film The Guardian, and also created the infamous aquatic flop Waterworld. Just goes right at him. It's like, here you go.
The Waterworld and the Postman and like 4 years apart, right?
Yeah,
unbelievable. Great death in that
that?
Superman movie, though, is Jonathan Kent. Great death.
Oh, people will defend that. he could save you in 0.00001 seconds. Nobody would
can't
know,
get. Sorry, Dad, couldn't make it.
This is the one I can't do, Pops. Folks, all your favorite NBA players are back. Mine are back. Go Cavs. Hopefully they do anything in the playoffs this year. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Whether it be Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, you name it. They're all LeBron James. Who can forget LeBron James? They're all back. More markets open for more of the game. DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. Bet quarters, player props, scoring runs, and more. All of the action unfolds, and obviously everything before the game as well. Shout out to First to Score Bets. First Basket Bets, the best in the game. New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins. Paid in bonus bets. League Pass, how can you beat that? Bet on the game, win, watch more games with League Pass. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DEBATE, DEBATE, DEBATE. That's code DEBATE. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Go Cavs. Last thing here before we do our rankings, things we've been watching. Kirk, anything that you've seen? I know. Did you start the Martin Scorsese docu-series yet?
Yeah, I'm an hour in. Pretty good. I mean, yeah, good. I'm curious to see how it goes. First part's on Apple. 5-hour Martin Scorsese documentary. I've read a bunch of books and watched a bunch of documentaries. Haven't learned anything new so far, but it'll just be one of those ones. Just good to see the footage, which is also good. I enjoyed the Peacock James Downey documentary that's out now. Downey wrote this, I think it's called. He's in everything now, it feels like. Yeah, right. It's his moment right now. And I think other than Lorne, he's probably the second most important person in the history of the show as a writer and a figure. And they go through all these sketches and everybody talks in it. Definitely worth watching, I would recommend. And a book recommendation, which I have right here. Clemmer was talking about this yesterday. Michael J. Fox wrote a book called Future Boy about the making of Back to the Future, which while he's doing it at the same time, he's filming Family Ties during the day.
Yeah.
Back to the Future at night. Great. Slim. It's like 130 pages. I read it in like 3 hours. Definitely worth reading. So yeah, I would say those three are all worth checking out.
I know a bunch of us watched The Chair Company. Speaking of Jim Downey, who's in The Chair Company from Tim Robinson.
I watched first time. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. Yeah, I did like it. Yeah.
It is very funny, very stupid, very similar to Friendship in terms of super serious, except for his character and a couple other things here and there. And I laughed very hard a couple times, and it's also like it's picking its spots. Picking its spots too when to make you laugh, and I think it bats 1,000 too. Like it doesn't miss. Very funny.
Is that Sundays? Is that tonight too?
Yep.
Yeah, it's tonight. So if you're listening on Monday when we drop these, it's out. The second episode's out already. So I would highly suggest.
HBO.
We were kind of worried that it was going to be too similar to I Think You Should Leave, and how like that could wear out its welcome a little bit, like that style or whatever. But it's funny's funny. Like they pick their spots. The bubble necklace thing killed me. The wheelbarrow inside outside bit. Like there's so many just like small little things. Really, it got me. It was good. It's good.
Not just that. Between this and Friendship, now it's crazy how he can take that I Think You Should Leave comedy style and then put it into kind of like art house filmmaking.
Yeah.
And it doesn't compromise the comedy like at all. It's very strange. Like there's like nothing but slow zooms throughout. Like I think every single shot was a slow zoom. in the first episode of The Chair Company? Fucking crazy. Like, what are we doing?
I do wonder, like, what was the first, like, how do they test that where they made like a scene of him being like that, where he like does like those weird faces and like, and they're like, oh, that works in like a serious like dramedy setting. Like, I wonder, like, because if you were to tell me like you're trying that, I'd be like, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. There's no way that works. And yet it's worked now twice. I also saw, I got a screener, and we will review this in full when it hits Netflix, of House of Dynamite from Catherine Bigelow, which Gooch talked about. Did not work for me either. That's two people on here who've seen it who didn't love it. Would have been a solid mini series, maybe. We'll talk more about House of Dynamite, but I found pretty disappointing for a huge cast. I thought the structure of it was a huge whiff from Catherine Bigelow.
That's so Oppenheim, right? He wrote it.
Yeah, who did that? Some people liked it, I guess, but that bad De Niro,
brutal,
Netflix
tedious,
series.
terrible.
0 Day.
Yeah,
0 Day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Also, Klemmer, you can show off yours in a moment here, but got a couple things in the mail, so I figured to show them off. Got Back to the Future 2, which I hadn't had. I only had the first and the third, so I got the full trilogy. Got here we go. Our guy Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, which they had a whole style for these, and then they just changed them, which is fucking annoying, but okay cover. This actually annoyed the shit out of me, and I hate to do this because we are Disney shills, and obviously Disney's been paying me and Kenjac for years now. I got Fantastic Four, very cool cover, like old school comic style. It's a fucking magnet. It's not even the cover. It's a magnet.
Comes off? Really?
Oh, really? And I looked on the Amazon listing. They don't tell you this. At least I don't think they do. Completely bamboozled. Like, this is nice and all, but completely bamboozled by this. I don't think I would have gotten this had I known it was a magnet, because I'm pretty selective on the MCU movies I get. I try not to get all of them. I get like the really great ones, and I'd like this, but yeah, that like kind of, I feel like I got ripped off by Disney there. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I got a small haul. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Let's see. Banger right off the bat. You could see who that is, right?
I can see the Cruise.
Yep.
You can see Cruise. One of my favorite from Guy Ritchie.
Oh, that's my favorite Guy Ritchie.
Snatch. And a movie that Klemmer once said is the best Steven Spielberg movie ever made, in Munich.
I said one of them.
I like Munich a lot.
I'll stand by it too.
The best one he's ever made?
I put it in the top 4.
Klemmer directed Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws is number 1.
Okay.
Raiders.
E.T.?
E.T. is ahead of it.
Last Crusade?
I have Munich ahead of Raiders. I have Munich
Schindler's
ahead of
List.
Last Crusade.
Schindler's
Saving
List?
Private Ryan.
I have Munich ahead of Saving Private Ryan.
Duel?
Oh, yeah. Munich ahead of Duel.
I'm just saying.
No,
I like Munich a lot. Catch Me If You Can?
I have Catch Me If You Can ahead of Munich.
Sounds like you have Munich 14th. There's like 6 movies.
5th or 6th, maybe. I said top maybe 5 or 6.
No, you said top 4.
I did. I was wrong.
Okay. Okay. So the 6th best movie by Steven Spielberg.
All right.
That's high company.
I do like Munich. It's a solid
Great.
movie.
Really good.
Daniel Craig is great in that movie.
Klemmer, I'll let you go next. You saw a bunch of things. You also saw something that we all are excited to see, that very hard to access it right now.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Yeah, I won't go too deep into it. I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but looks fantastic. You can see why Netflix gave him like $120 million to make this. It looks great. Oscar Isaac is great. Jacob Elordi is very good. Oscar Isaac really kind of captures that obsessiveness that Dr. Frankenstein has. But at the end of the day, it's Frankenstein. Like, it's Guillermo del Toro, like, did this with Shape of Water. Like, he did a movie with monster that is not understood by society. I feel like we've done this. I'm just a little disappointed that a great director is doing something that's just been done a million times. But it does look great, and it's a solid movie. It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see it. I don't think it's going to be in theaters near me, though, which is kind of a bummer.
I think I read, Jeff, it actually is. I think he tweeted that out. I think he did, Del Toro, actually right around where you are. I think he said the other day.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to figure it out then, because it's not able.
If you can see it on a big screen, do so.
Which also, we're reviewing the Yorgos Lanthimos movie soon, Begonia, which is playing around me at like rush hour. That's like when all the times are for that movie. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking bear to go find this.
It should shave your head for the advanced screening. Or
Yeah,
whatever
he
it
was
was.
bald. Kenjac, anything you want to add?
The Diplomat is very good. I think it's one of the better Netflix shows Netflix has made. Carrie Russell,
Big
is
West
awesome.
Wing reunion.
It is. It's literally just like West Wing light. Like it's like if you have that itch, it kind of scratches it a little bit. I would say it's one of the better things they've made. Intrigue's really good. She's amazing. Whole cast is great. And now, like you were just saying, they brought in Bradley Whitford in this last season. They brought in Allison Janney towards the end of the last one, and they're both great. They crush it. This is like what the sort of roles they're born to do. So really enjoy that.
Yeah, post Sorkin writer Deborah Kahn is the creator of it. So yeah, are they fucking right in this show? Bradley Whitford and Allison Janney. I see that.
They're married. Yeah,
They're married.
CJ and fucking Josh.
It's weird. It's weird.
I don't like that. The West Wing guy that makes me uncomfortable. But yeah.
Rufus Sewell's very good. I like him a lot. He's also in one of the most disappointing shows ever made, The Man in the High Castle.
Oh God, don't get me fucking
Show with
started on
so
that
much
show.
potential and just
Great
completely
concept.
fucking fumbled.
Big
And
fumble.
finally, Gooch, I believe you saw a movie with
Our good
Josh
boy,
O'Connor?
Josh O'Connor. Yeah, one of my favorites. One of probably the worst movie you could ever select for one of those AMC screen unseen things where it's like you might have
this
taken.
was screen unseen.
Yes, and I saw it at like the Times Square AMC. So this is like as general audience as you could possibly get. There were multiple exits at different points of the movie. I completely understand that. Like if you are not deep into you got to be really watching a lot of movies and you had to have seen Kelly Reichardt movies before to enjoy this. It is slow moving. I would suggest if you don't know anything about her, go watch Old Joy on HBO Max. It's one of her early movies. It'll give you the vibe. It's about 70 minutes long, easy watch. If you don't like that, stay away from this. Just stay away from it. Like it's a very slow movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think many people will.
Yeah, I can't leave that screen unseen. I've never done screen unseen. That's a disappointing screen unseen.
I mean, Gooch, did you know what? I mean, usually you can kind of put the pieces together with the runtime. Did you think that was what you were going to get or no?
Yeah, that's exactly why I had never done it before, but yeah. I'm on one of those Reddits that the AMC A-list Reddit that they put up a prediction thread and they usually nail it like within the hour. So I was like, all right, I want to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Chad Power show, much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I don't know if
pretty
anybody
solid.
else is
Oh, yeah?
watching it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like, I think it's very much understands what it is. It's not trying to be like some insanely fun. It's just goofy. It's goofball comedy.
That's things we've been watching. Finally, Keanu Reeves top 10. Our top 10 Keanu Reeves movies. Klemmer has the first pick, followed by me, then Kirk, then Gooch, then Kenjac. I feel like there's a couple obvious 1-1s here. And then at some point in the list, it kind of just really drops off. Heavy.
I hate the third pick.
Klemmer. I think third is probably the worst spot on this list today.
Well, we'll see.
For Keanu. Klemmer, what do you have? The best Keanu Reeves movie. Top 10 Keanu Reeves movies of all time.
So I'm not a huge fan of Keanu Reeves, both of his franchises. And making this list, I realized maybe I'm not as big of a Keanu Reeves fan as I thought. But this is a clear 1-1 for me. I'm guessing it's not for anybody else. But Speed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I just wondered if Matrix and John Wick would just be way ahead. But for me, I love Speed so much. When it came out, there hadn't been an action movie like that. I mean, it was the Bonds, you saw him, Twister was good, but this was just masterwork. I mean, you could see what a great cinematographer he is. And I don't know, made Sandra Bullock's career. It's just also just a fantastic movie. It's really good. It holds up really well.
Hopper too. Unbelievable.
Speed number 1. I didn't know if I thought you'd go with one of the other two that you were talking about.
I thought I was going to get some blowback on that. I'm kind of surprised.
Speed's great.
Yeah.
Speed's there was a podcast came out last year or the year before. I think I sent this to you, Klemmer. It's like 40 parts about the making of Speed. It's great. It's I also think hard to pull off, and they pulled it off too. That is not an easy movie to pull off. It's Die Hard and a bus,
different
but
type of list too, right? Like Keanu Reeves is a different type of list than like a Martin Scorsese list, right? Where like I feel like you'll be pretty by the number. Like Keanu Reeves, like it's a different animal here, right? Like I think it's like for me, I actually would say that I think my second pick would probably be better as a movie as a whole than my number 1. But for me, like I'm going John Wick. Like I think John Wick to me, as good as like The Matrix is for me, like I just think John Wick as my 1, which ends up being number 2 on the list. The first one Which you could probably argue that. I mean, some people argue that there's better ones in the first one. That like 2 is better. Some people like. I think the first is the best. I like all 4 of them, but I think the first is the best. And it's a career resurrector, which is awesome for Keanu Reeves. Obviously, it revived him in a way that put him on a level that he wasn't even on before, probably. If you break it down, and it's become an iconic action character, kind of help revolutionize action movies too, like the way who directs them, who's involved, how they're directed, how they're shot. So yeah, John Wick definitely deserves to be top, if not 1, at least 2. Kirk, number 3.
I have a question for the gallery
Yeah.
before we move on. Is John Wick the last great American Hollywood movie character, like original character? Is that the last one we've had?
Like in like a movie star way, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you. You know what I mean? Like the last like true character.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Basically, title character, like franchise character. What year was the first one?
Like 2012.
Was that long ago? Jeez, I was like 14.
A ridiculous. I mean, do you remember the reaction of the trailer for that too?
Yeah.
People were like, "What the fuck is this stupid shit?" Like this.
Yeah,
this
it looked terrible.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I was gonna say Adonis. I was gonna say Adonis Creed, but even he's kind of tailed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you count that too because it's the association with
the
Rocky.
spin-off. Yeah, probably
Right?
not. Yeah, that's true.
There's I do think to your point too, Jeff, like the fact that Keanu is so bought into that movie, you know what I mean? Like really helps my like appreciation of his effort into it. Cause like he did all those fucking gun trainings, like all these insane things to try and make it look real, like learning all like the martial arts with like the stunt guys who made the movie. Like I think that makes me more impressed by that performance than a lot of the other stuff he's done.
So Wicked 2, Kirk, what's that 3?
Well, it would have been my number 1 pick. I would have had Speed 2. It's Point Break, which
Cruise
is
Control.
just a great movie. A great filmmaker. I know, it sounds like her last effort has not been met with a lot of thumbs up yet so far. But I mean, come on. I mean, we know it. I've watched it 1,000 times. My guy Swayze, Keanu. I mean, relentlessly rewatchable. I'd pick it. That and Speed to me is a coin flip, but I mean, just a great. And it's one of those movies that actually gets better as time. I think people actually appreciate him more and more as the years go by. And he's great. And seeing him in that movie at that time was a surprise. Like, this is a goofball. This is a guy who, I didn't expect him to deliver in that movie, and he did. So for me, that would be number 3, I guess, on this list. But I think number 1 for me overall.
Also, a great example of the type of movie that can't be remade later on, because when they tried to remake it in 2015, I mean, just fucking terrible.
Dreadful.
Oh my, just not a great example of like that era. And like we've gone away a little bit from that, luckily, but we still have some that happen of like not understanding why or what made something good and trying to remake it for a modern audience. And like, I think 3D was a big element in it as well. Oh, it was fucking terrible. Gooch, number 4.
Yeah, Point Break probably would have been my 1 as well, just because it is like, I think it's the most Keanu of any of his filmography. Like, it is him at his most Keanu. I'm going to go with The Matrix. I'm surprised that it fell this low, but I'm happy to put it at 4. I think I'm not going to say anything new about The Matrix at this point, but just completely changed the game in terms of action. I think you can measure a movie's like impact on culture by how often it got parodied. And boy, does that Matrix slow-mo still get parodied to this day. It took that, the cyber world premise and I think nailed it about as well as you could have. There'd been other movies before it do it, but none do it nearly as well. And I think the sequels have kind of aged pretty well, but we're talking about the original here, and the original I love. Neo is just so fucking cool. Leather,
it never hits what it like it never hits the original on the follow. So like the follow-ups, like if you're a big fan of those, like I have obviously no issue with that whatsoever.
Even the last one?
I didn't love the last one, to be honest.
The last was a tough one for me to like group in with them. I didn't hate the last one much as other people, but I'm talking more about the original trilogy. The original 3.
That was an all-time. Klemmer, you'll remember that was an all-time in the theater. First time you saw that trailer, though, you're like, "What? The fuck is going on here?" I had never seen anything like it ever. It blew. There's a movie. Phantom Menace, right?
Oh, is it that?
Was that same year?
I thought Matrix was 2000.
I thought it was 90.
Maybe the trailer was.
I thought they were both 99. I thought it kind of
99.
blew it
You
out
might
of
be
the
right.
water, and you're like, oh, this is way more interesting looking than this. Yeah.
Yeah, 99.
Kenjac, you have back to back. This is it's we're not there yet because there's some wicks or stuff, but it does eventually hit a. I feel like
It's
the
getting
last
hard
one or two
already.
might be
Like,
bad.
like I don't want to like dive into the sequels too much or anything like that. But like, John Wick has a lot of good sequels. And, like they don't really there isn't like a huge fall off between them. So, but the problem is I think the next one I would have to pick is a John Wick sequel. I just don't know which one it would be because I like 3 more than 2. I like 4 more than 2. Probably
Take
2 plus 1 is
Ballerina. I know you want it.
Big Ballerina. He is a featured player in Ballerina because they needed to save that movie. They reshot it for 6 months. That's just shooting a new movie. It's fucking crazy. I think I'll go with John Wick. I like 4. I like 4 a lot. I really like the ending of 4. Great sign off for the character, which they then dug out of the grave for Ballerina to make it to the prequel or whatever. But I think the ending duel, Bill Skarsgård, I think was a great addition. All the knife fights, the shooting with the Dragon's Flame one was, or Dragon's Flame, whatever, like dollhouse shot, really cool in that. I mean, you're in the 4th movie in a franchise like this, it should be stale. It should absolutely be getting a little bit stale, and it just wasn't. And I think a lot of that goes down to Keanu's just dedication to the craft. Hiroyuki Sanada, also like when they're in like Tokyo doing all the samurai shit, that was sick. So really enjoyed John Wick 4. I think that's out of all the sequels, that would be my favorite. Not John Wick 3 Chapter 3 Parabellum.
The fact they added a subtitle on it is still a crime. It makes no sense.
It's just stupid. So yeah, I'd go with John Wick Chapter 4. Donnie Yen too, also in Chapter 4, very good.
It's my favorite.
And they're making him like a sequel or whatever. Okay, so then the next one is where it gets a little bit tougher. Like, these are all like in the same level of movie for me, but I'd go for like Constantine. I liked Constantine. Not everyone liked Constantine. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I think that Peter Stormare is like one of the best on-screen Lucifer performances and like a really quick little punch that I've seen.
I've worked
I think
with
the
him.
effects look. He
Sure, you
good.
did.
I didn't. Yeah.
He's but wait,
I worked with him
In a Barstool advertisement.
in a Barstool advertisement. Yes. Yes.
That's
Satan?
right, the Call of Duty one. How could I forget? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was an amazing Lucifer. Rachel Weisz also good.
confusing.
Shia LaBeouf randomly was.
Oh,
in
that's
that.
right.
Forget about that. But I like the look of it. I like it could have been. I think people looked on it a little bit harsher than they should have because I enjoyed it. Jamin Hansu also I think it's a decent comic book adaptation where in a period where people weren't really willing to do that and they wanted to make it like a kind of a separate sort of look. So I enjoy it.
Constantine, Gooch, 7.
Yeah, I watched Constantine for the first time on Wednesday night, and I got to say, I was pretty blown away. They don't even try to make those movies look like that anymore. I'll say that much. Number 6, I'm going to go with a movie that I'm going to assume probably half of you hate, but I love it. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think it's one of the best looking movies ever made.
There,
He is definitely in there, getting seduced by Isabella Rossellini in bed, being married to Winona Ryder, and pulling off one of the worst British accents I've ever heard. It's fucking terrible, but good Lord, do I love that movie. So I have to have it on this list. I think it's like Coppola's last truly great movie.
God, I love that armor.
I didn't hate Rainmaker. It's not, I mean,
Not
I
a
don't
great
know.
movie though.
It's not, I wouldn't say Dracula was great either. Gary Oldman's great.
I'll
in
say
Dracula.
about Dracula though. At least it has ambition. It feels like
for
Coppola's
sure.
making a movie. Like Rainmaker
Yeah.
is just a paycheck. It's like Grisham. He said that. I mean, he's just trying to make it some
Yeah,
money.
I just enjoyed the hell.
No,
out
it's
of it.
good. No, it's good. It's good.
I bet you loved the Grisham movies in the 90s, didn't you?
Me? Not? I mean, I didn't. I liked them. I also read the books too. I liked them.
Oh, la-di-da.
The Rainmaker is my favorite book and my favorite movie.
It's your
I
favorite
like it better
book?
than Firm. Of Grisham.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, my favorite Grisham book.
Yeah.
And Firm is second in both lists for me as well.
Good. Save that for later.
Kirk.
That's bullshit. He asked. Don't be an asshole. He asked.
What's that?
Kirk,
Is it me, Jeff?
what's number 8?
I'm not a Bill and Ted guy, really. So, but I like Goofy Keanu, and I really like him, and I do like this. I have a soft spot for this movie, Parenthood. I think he's actually good in it. As sort of Martha Plimpton's dumb, lovable, like dopey boyfriend, race car driving boyfriend. He's actually very good with a young Joaquin Phoenix in that movie too. Is kind of his surrogate dad. very likable. Like, and that's what I mean. Like a couple years later, he's in Point Break. So I have a soft spot for Ron Howard's what is that, Klemmer? 89, 88?
89.
Dramedy, 89, Parenthood. And I like and that's kind of, that fills that spot. It's a terrible movie, but if The Replacements is on, maybe someone's going to take it. I actually looked at that as a possibility. That's how the bottom half of the Keanu, it gets tough. You really start to make a case on it. But I like Parenthood, and he's actually pretty likable in it. So I'll pick that.
There's some good. Can I throw one out there that I'm not going to pick because it just doesn't feel right? I don't think Toy Story 4 should be picked as a Keanu Reeves movie.
That
feels like that's like
that's not
feels like
Sonic 3. Sonic 3 is on the board.
Sonic 3. I didn't even remember he was in.
He's in that. That's
right. I'm gonna between two movies that couldn't be any more different. One's better than the other. One's an excellent movie, or a movie that I like quite a bit. But I just feel like Bill and Ted has to be picked here. So I am going to pick Bill and Ted here. I'm going to leave the better one off the board. I don't know if Clemmer
which one?
I'm going to pick Bill and Ted because I just feel like you need Bill and Ted here. I don't.
Yeah,
love
it's
Bill and
iconic.
Ted,
Yeah,
but it's just him, right? It's like if you were to pick movies for his like Mount Rushmore at the end of his career, it's like you kind of have to. It's like it's just him. So yeah, I'll go Bill and Ted. I'll bypass the better movie. I don't know if Klemmer will pick it though.
Is it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Last pick.
Yeah. So this is a movie I actually just saw last night for the first time. I look at my list. I'm like, man, this Keanu Reeves list is pretty slim. A Scanner Darkly.
Oh wow,
Linklater movie.
Yeah, I had never seen it. I thought it was very interesting. Using like that rotoscope. It has a lot to say about kind of the war on drugs. Also, like what identity means, and it has some big themes. It doesn't hit on all of them. Really interesting Robert Downey Jr. performance. But I thought he was pretty good in it too. And he's the lead of the movie. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'll be happy to take that at 10.
It's one of Downey's last roles before Iron Man took over his life too.
Yeah, it was like 2 years before Iron Man, I think.
One of those ones too, where it's like, it's such a unique, different visual style where I'm sure back then, back then it's like 20 years ago, but still people are like, oh, this could be the future. They never made anything like that really again. It's like,
right.
What was the movie you were on the brink about, Jeff?
Was it Idaho? My Own Private Idaho?
It was not. There's obviously some John Wicks on there as well. But it was a romantic drama. You want to try to guess what it was?
Lake House?
Much Ado About Nothing?
Ooh, Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh, The Walk in the Clouds. No.
What were some of the other honorable mentions before I mention it?
Well, a movie I like a lot, The Razor's Edge. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That's a movie from the 80s. He's in very early. I have a weak spot for the one with Pacino, The Devil's Advocate. It's it's a good. I've been like talking about movies they don't make anymore. Like that should probably be somewhere on here because it's just fucking insane that movie happened. But, every couple of years he would pop in something and do something. I even think he's pretty effective as the bad guy in the Sam Raimi movie, The Gift, in 2000.
Yeah.
He's a really effective creep. And then he played a bad guy in something else a few years later. Was pretty good in it. So I kind of wish he did a little more of that. I wouldn't mind seeing him at this point in his life jump in and try something like that because he's such a famous, nice guy.
There's a pre-Matrix movie he has that's not good, but it was on the right path, I think, when Johnny Mnemonic. Bad movie. Movie.
Yeah.
But
only movie I ever walked out of.
Really?
It had there was good ideas there that later went on to be like, you go watch The Matrix like or whatever 5 years later, and then they had it more down pat. But like there was something there. I think Keanu had no idea what that movie was about when he was acting in it because he's quite bad in it.
Horrible movie. I said the only movie I ever walked out of. It's maybe the worst theater experience of my life. It's horrible.
Would you have
The Replacements? Did we not pick that?
What's up?
Did we not pick The Replacements?
I looked at it, but no.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Replacements fan. Dangerous Liaisons was the one I was talking about. Very young Keanu role. Yeah, that's before Parenthood, right?
No. What? No.
I think a year or two after.
Yeah, I think a couple of years after.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Something's Got to Give was a huge movie at the time too. Yeah. And I kind of liked that he popped in there and was happy to be like the third or fourth person. It's actually very likable and like real in those scenes with Diane Keaton and with Nicholson, which I'm sure he enjoyed. So, you look at him and it's like, he does have a pretty good body of work for such a weird career and such a a guy who's hard to. You never forget you're watching him. Like
He's a limited actor.
Yes, he certainly is a limited actor.
Got to give has one of the more iconic posters that's also at the same time very low effort. I don't know why. Like that poster
terrible,
burned
yeah.
him. Just Jack smiling with the glasses.
They're all
on.
looking at
Just low effort, 2 photos.
When Keanu tries to play in the past a few times, like Much Ado About Nothing, when he tries to do period pieces, it is not.
He can't do accent work.
Yeah, just generally.
Which back to
does not
back to Devil's Advocate when he's like, I want to put a baby in you.
yeah, that's a tough sin.
I forgot he was he's a Southern accent. It's his sister, right? At
the end, yes,
Yeah.
his sister Connie Nielsen. Yes.
It's fucking crazy.
Absentee landlord, worship that? I don't think so.
I think Keanu Reeves will be nominated for an Oscar for supporting actor in the next 10 years playing a bad guy in a movie.
Yeah, same with
That'd be
Cruise,
great.
honestly.
It'd be awesome.
Yep, that's what I think.
You
He's
guys
more
wanna hear
likely.
the,
You know what though, Kenjac? He's more likely to try it than Cruise, though.
Yeah, it's true. Very, very true for many reasons.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear the fan list?
Yeah, let's hear the fan list.
All right. 10-1. We have Bill and Ted's, Dracula, Point Break, My Own Private Idaho, John Wick Chapter 3, Speed, John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick, The Matrix, and John Wick Chapter 4.
Wow, Chapter 4 made number 1.
People like 4 though. I'm not shocked. People love 4.
More than 1 though is what's shocking to me.
Maybe
Do you guys not like My Own Private Idaho? Because I don't.
I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's a little too pretentious.
I'm shocked it got graded by our fans.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's pretty well regarded. The Shakespeare stuff, the dialogue just kills me in that movie. And River Phoenix is very good in it, and so is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Gooch. Congrats on making it this far into the show. So I'm going to tell you how to be a part of our fan rankings. What I want you to comment below in honor of Keanu Reeves is the number 1 celebrity, actor, or actress that you would want to meet in person. This is in honor of Keanu. Number 1 actor or actress that you would want to meet in person. Comment that below whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. And include your Letterboxd username and we will give you a follow. Also, make sure that you're subscribed on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcast. Subscriptions help us more than you can ever imagine. Thanks. Back to the show.
That's our list. I'm curious with the other options. Obviously, the Ethan Hawke, but this one just felt a little more interesting because he kind of go different places. Next week's list will be much. I don't know if it'll be much more contentious, but I'm curious which way it goes. I think there's some obvious ones here. Music biopics will be next week. In celebration.
That I feel like it's going to have a steep drop off after like what,
Springsteen
3?
movie, yeah. That is next week. The Bruce Springsteen movie, which was originally just titled Deliver Me From Nowhere, but now it's Springsteen Delivery From, which is always a good sign when they change the title 6 months out of release.
I heard a trailer today or an ad today during NFL football. Like it said, like Springsteen opens Friday. It didn't even have any about that. It just said Springsteen opens Friday.
Yeah, we're nearing that point of the release. So we will be talking about that next week. What our second movie will be, I'm not totally sure. It's going to be a little easier going forward for second movies. But there's some interesting things coming out next week. You have Begonia going limited release, the Yorgos Lanthimos movie with Emma Stone, which is getting some mixed reactions early on, right? It's not like being showered with full praise. You have
what's going to open number 1 next week? Is that Regretting You?
Oh, that's going to be a big movie. That's calling who, right? With Eastwood's kid and Brian Williams' kid?
Yes.
Is that them marketing it or no? Finally, Brian Williams' daughter and Clint Eastwood's son will be on screen together.
There's also the movie from, which I'm very excited for. There's, I think, a Justin Lin movie coming out, but there's from YouTube reviewer Chris Stuckman, his first movie, Shelby Oaks, comes out next week.
Shelby Oaks.
Which people seem to like quite a bit in the lead up. So very curious on that one.
Prepare to get Stuckmanized.
Yep.
We're going to with Springsteen tomorrow, right, Gooch?
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow night. So we'll have it a little early, I guess. Lucky us.
We'll see. I don't even know if I want your thoughts on it when you see it. I just want to go in blind. I'm seeing it on Thursday, so very excited. Very. If it's not good, it better be the worst thing of all time. That's all.
Yeah, I don't want it to be okay. I don't. Yeah, it's also not one of my favorite filmmakers. So there's nothing really. Yeah,
It seems like the most.
I've been
okay
chasing the
movie of all
dragon on
time.
him for a while.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been like,
I want him
in
in a diner turning to a guy at the end of the movie being like, "Where were you born?" "I was born in New Jersey." "Where were you born?" "Well, friend." And that just cuts to
why
black.
not? Honestly, yeah.
the Avengers theme cues in.
A guy drops a bandana. He's leaving. Just picks it up, just looks at it. That's it. I could live with that.
Oh God! All right, that's it. What if the movie just ends? It's just Steve Van Zandt getting the role in Sopranos. Like it's a complete an offshoot.
Just go all the way.
That's the next
Take
one.
right
Yeah.
on suits.
Yeah. That's it. So we'll be reviewing that next week. We'll announce. Follow us on all our social channels to see what second movie we review, and obviously anything we see, we will discuss. For Kirk, Kenjac, Klemmer, Gooch, I'm Jeff D. Lowe. We will talk to you next time.